Scientists predict there are about 8 billion species of animals found on Earth, but only one of those has ever been called man's best friend, Canis familiaris, or as you're probably more familiar with, the domestic dog. Undoubtedly you've heard dogs being referred to as man's best friend over and over again, but what gives dogs the right to be called man's best friend amidst all the other species that are found on Earth? Well, according to Michelozzi in 2009, dogs not only have a complex set of social skills, but they actually have a unique set of social skills for interacting with humans. And in the United States alone, there are about 80 million household dogs. So if you yourself don't have a dog, there's a really good chance you know someone that does. This means that understanding what makes dogs good pets is really applicable to all of us. So today I'm going to talk about what makes dogs uniquely qualified to be called man's best friend. Specifically, I'm going to talk about their ability to analyze the human face and discriminate human emotion by doing so, their ability to respond to human communication, and finally I'm going to talk about a few human responses to dogs as well. So first let's talk about how dogs could possibly analyze and read the human face and discriminate emotion by doing so. According to Mills in 2009, humans have a gaze bias towards the right side of people's faces, and dogs have also been found to have this, what we call a left gaze bias. This left gaze bias can be explained by composite faces. So if you were to take a picture of someone's face and split it down the middle and take the right side and make two right sides and put them together to make a composite face, and do the same with two left sides of the face, the composite face made up of two right sides would be a much clearer picture of the emotion that the person was portraying at the time that they made the face. This explains left gaze bias. And the reason that this is so incredible in dogs is that they only demonstrate left gaze bias when they're viewing a human face, not when they're viewing an inanimate object or a face of another dog or animal. And this is really important because it implies that dogs have specifically adapted or evolved this left gaze bias in order to understand the human face. And according to Huber in 2015, dogs do in fact use this ability to read the human face to discriminate between different human emotions. So they can tell by looking at our face whether we're angry or sad or happy. Now, not only do dogs analyze human faces, they can also respond very well to human communication, specifically nonverbal communication. According to Kirchhofer in 2012, dogs can respond to imperative pointing. So that means pointing like as a command or as a communication. Imperative pointing is only used by the human species. It's a nonverbal communication gesture that isn't seen in any other species. So the fact that dogs can recognize and understand this is really incredible, especially when put in light of the fact that our closest genetic relative, the chimpanzee, doesn't do a very good job understanding and responding to imperative pointing. This points to the fact that dogs are very in tune with humans and how we communicate with each other and how we communicate with them. Not only do we see these really incredible responses to us by dogs, we humans also have some really incredible responses to dogs. This won't come as a surprise to dog owners, but humans have actually been found to be really good at discriminating between different barks of a dog and what they mean. According to Sanyi in 2005, humans can accurately name the emotion that a dog is portraying just by hearing its bark. So if a human hears an auditory recording of a dog that isn't theirs, they can accurately say what sort of situation that dog was in and what kind of emotion it was likely portraying with that specific bark. Humans also have a biochemical response to dogs. According to Hanlon in 2011, dog owners had massive release of oxytocin during interactions with their dogs. You might have heard of oxytocin before. It's often referred to as the love hormone, and its release in humans promotes feelings of love and affection and nurturing. And it's actually the primary hormone that's necessary in forming the bond between a mother human and her infant child. And what's really incredible is that the amount of oxytocin released in dog owners when interacting with their dog is actually found to be very similar to the amount of oxytocin that's released in a human mother when breastfeeding her infant child. So as you can see, there's a lot more to dogs than just a cute face and a sweet disposition. In fact, dogs have an incredible and complex set of social skills that allows them to analyze our face, understand emotions that we're portraying. They can communicate with us, and we also have some really incredible responses to them as well. So the next time you're interacting with a dog, just remember, there's a lot more going on in here than first meets the eye. And I think in the end, we can all agree that the evidence that we've discussed today really proves that dogs are man's best friend.